Hello, my beautiful Virgo Nation. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma, I think. A little bit of weird dialects there going in. Okay, this is your monthly read for the month of May. We're going to start with an overall energy here and then go deeper and deeper into that energy. And at the very end, we're going to see what your angels, if they want to come in with some additional messages for you. I just want to say that at least for the time being, I don't know how long I'm going to do it. I do offer personal readings. So anything about your path forward, anything you want to know about your life right now, I'm still doing private personal readings. Video readings just like this. So if you're interested in that, please send me a message. There you go, Virgo. Did you have this for the month of April? No, you didn't. Did you? The Dove card. Okay, whether you did or not, this is what you get. The Dove card. Take a leap of faith. This sounds a little bit almost cheesy and almost cliche, and it tends to do when it's true, right? I see you creating a new earth. It's like you want to pay it forward. You want to just create a better world. I see the dove of hope, the peace dove, as I would say in Swedish, fredsduva. We have this beautiful rainbow energy coming in that this dove is flying in with, like a promise of a new tomorrow, like a beautiful tomorrow. And it's like you're there, here's Virgo, and you're bringing like the earth forward. It's like, I want to pass this on to the next generation. And for the next generation, I want to make it more beautiful. There's something about it stops with you. Does that make any sense? Anything, any ancestral bullcrap, sorry for the harsh expression, any stuff that has come from your your ancestral lineage that maybe have not been the most flattering to the humankind. It's interesting how it's called humankind. We lost that a little bit. It stops with you. There's like certain things that have been going, like, okay, so for instance, if you have a long line of alcoholics in your life, we're going deep right away. Long line of alcoholics. Your mother was an alcoholic. Your grandmother was an alcoholic. Your mother's mother's mother was an alcoholic. Your uncle, it seems to just have been going on, like how far back you look, like there was the alcoholics or drug abusers or like whatever. It stops with you. It's like you maybe even went on that train for a bit. You went on that train for a bit. Maybe you didn't become an alcoholic, or you even did. I'm not just talking about alcoholics now. I'm talking about there's some behavior. There's a behavior. Maybe there was poverty. It was poverty, or maybe there was abuse, or there were health issues. And I know that sounds like, well, my point is, there's something that has been going on in the past. You might even have gotten into it. You might even have prolonged your heritage. But it's like half in, or like, half into the game, you realize, wait a minute, I don't want to do this anymore. And it's like you even knew that you were going to be the one that stopped it going into the planet at this time around. This time it's about awakening. This time is about being conscious about our choices. This is a time where we get aware of the ability to choose what we want to choose for ourselves, right? And so if you're aware of your choices, and there's a lineage, there's an ancestral lineage of like repetitive stuff that is not flattering to our human species, it stops with you. It's like, here on out, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to pay forward something different. Here's a beautiful earth. Here's something new. Quite a grand task, if you ask me. It's kind of Virgo-esque also. It's beautiful. Take a leap of faith. So there's like it might even be like, this is new territory for you as well. It's like, I don't know, like if someone were to ask you, like, Virgo, wow, what a vision you have for the future. Like, wow, look at what you're doing. Like, how did you come up with this idea? Or like, what is your plan here? And Virgo, who is the planner, who is the structurer, organizer, like I always say, if you want to get organized in your company or in your business or whatever, in your closet, bring a Virgo about, because they're going to fix it. Although this time around is like, it's like asking the Virgo, like cutting ties with ancestral crap, and like it stops with you and ends with you, which is a huge undertaking. It's a, oh my God, there's probably like a dark night of the soul times a few times. Like that is a big one energetically. Asking Virgo, like, how did you do it? How do you plan this? Virgo will say, I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, there's no plan. I don't have any structure around this. It almost seems like it's just a birth thing. It's just something that you do. It comes very organically. It's like you cannot not do it. I hope this makes sense. Going deeper into this message, what do we have for Virgo here, please? Divine guidance, awesome. Divine guidance with the number 5. So this, like I said, this is a challenge. This at least has been a challenge. Look at that. Look at that. So we're starting with divine guidance number 5, and then the Empress. This is really, really beautiful. And we have 2 more cards there. You're starting with divine guidance, Virgo. The search for meaning of life. Nope. The search for meaning in life. Consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. You're doing something new here. You're bringing something new to the table. You're having a different opinion than most. You're taking a different direction. You're like, just because that's how we always done it. Okay, is that a reason to continue? Or like my sister always says, like, I understand that this is probably how it's supposed to be done. I understand that this is like 1 and 1 becomes 2, but does it work? Because you can have as much truth or as much functionality on paper as you'd like. In theory, this is how it's always been done. Well, that's so mean. Okay, I'm just a messenger here. Don't shoot the messenger. Oh, man. Okay. I'm getting really uncomfortable. Okay, I'm not gonna censor anything that's been given to me. That's a promise that I've made. But this is almost borderline mean, I feel. Okay. So this is not me. This is, well, I do agree though. Anyway, get to the point. So, even though it looks good on paper, even if we say this is how it's always been done, does it work? Like the Bible. So we have a Bible that's 2,000 years old, and people are still living religiously after the Bible, or after the whatever book that is assigned to that particular religion. And I think that the underlying sentiment, is that how you say it? The underlying sentiment of the books that are assigned to the religion has a good intention, but then literally it's lost in translation and in censor and in, and if we live by these books, if it works, by all means continue to do it. If it doesn't, maybe don't quote a 2,000-year-old script anymore. Just because it's always been done, just because it was written once, doesn't mean we should follow it. And I know that's going to upset maybe a lot of people here. Like I said, don't shoot the messenger. But I think it's worth looking into. Does it work? Continue to do it. If it doesn't, maybe look at it. So this is you, and this is you having divine guidance. This is divine. This is divinity. This is God. This is guidance coming in to steer you off in a different direction. This is not your ego or fear or, well, for some it is, but for you it's not. This is not a lucrative thing, so to speak, although I think you should have all the money in the world if you can get it at the same time. That's not the point here. The point is that you're deviating from something that was done in a particular way before, and you just want to bring something new to the earth, new to the planet. You just want to leave the planet a better place than when you got in here for the next generation. We also have the Empress right next to that. The Empress, the mother of all mothers, like, and whether you're a woman or a man, this is someone that's just has a very motherly instinct. Like, mothers just knows what to do. Like, that's why we call it a motherly instinct. It's like what we need in this very moment, the mother instinct is just going to kick in and say, this is what needs to be done. The Empress is all about like confidence, knowing what to do, executing your plans, going forward with a lot of confidence and even self-worth, knowing that this, like, coming from a core place that is really authentic and real. So this is coming from a place of balance. This is not coming from a place of lack or, like I said, ego or wanting recognition or whatever. This is you literally authentically, empressly wanting to bring more beauty to the world. And you're going to get, or you are already being divinely guided in doing this shift, in making this shift on the planet. Like I said, we have a 5 there. We're starting off with a 5, which is about overcoming challenges. So it's not an easy path. And you probably have never chosen an easy path. You always question, or you always wonder why, or you always like maybe question authority. Maybe you are the authority because it's like, because you can't, at some point you probably wanted to be a politician because it's like, and then you understood, well, maybe not, but like, because you wanted to change things. And so you have already overcome, like it's almost like a building up to the big overcoming that is now happening. But then we also have number 3, which is celebration. It's new creation. It's manifestation. It's a rhyme. This is, okay. So we also have these. So it's important that these came out first. That we have divine guidance and the Empress first. Understanding that this is where you come from. This is what you're doing, Virgo. But then we also have Page of Raphael and 10 of Gabriel. And if I don't, like, 10 of Gabriel. Didn't you have that last time, Virgo? Both of these cards are like 10 is a completion and page is like new energy coming in. It's literally turning the page. It's a completion here. We've done this. So whatever you've come from, it's like you probably have had this idea, this new, like whatever betterment you want to bring to the world. And it might not even be that you have thought about this since you were 5 years old. It might just be that you have chosen a different path for yourself ever since you were really, really young. Not even thinking about it. It just comes very organically for you because it's like you were never a mainstream person. You always sort of tended to do what you intended to do. However, sometimes it's mainstream and sometimes it's not. The thing though is that you're not following the herd. So this is someone that has been planning this for a while, or like you have these ideas, you have this vision for the future, like you have these dreams about what you want to do. We're building castles in the sand. It's not a real castle, and actually just by a wave that's going to be gone. You're sitting on this magical carpet. It hasn't taken off yet. is you wish it will take off. You wish you will come into this next stage. You're planning for it. It's very, in a sense, fragile. So remember this, you are the Empress, you're coming from a very balanced place. This is not egocentrical. This is not, you know, it's coming from a beautiful, beautiful, balanced, whole, confident place. And you're being divinely guided here. And you now want to take this dream moving forward. You need to, okay, so Ten of Gabriel is a couple of things coming through with this card this time. Usually it's about, please don't visit the lower vibrations anymore. Like, you know what's down there. Like, you don't have to revisit that again. If this is like just continuing on with a pattern of yours, if this is like continuing on in a relationship you just know is not good for you anymore, you continue on this workplace, you've outgrown this workplace 3 years ago, or there's some new direction in this work. We just need to take a new direction in this business, but like there's a little bit of old school, like an old energy that's in the walls. It's really hard to like, and it's like, well, maybe one more run. I'll give it one more shot, or like one more, let's, you know, there's a lot of beautiful things with that relationship. I mean, maybe if I just gave it another try, I can go down in the basement and give it another try. Or I can, yeah, I know I feel called away from this job, but you know, if I do it this way, or like blah 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 blah, like it's like, and this time it's like, no, Virgo, it's a completion. You don't have to go down there again, and you know it. You're being pointed in a new direction. Try this new direction. And that's where, and this is also like this changing the world and leaving the world to be a better place. You don't have to do that alone. It's like you're taking on, it's like, and it's also so typical, sorry for laughing, but that's also very typical Virgo. I'm gonna leave this, I'm gonna really make fun of you now. I'm gonna leave this place a better place. I'm gonna bring all love, actually a whole new planet. How do you plan to go about that? Like I said, I don't know. So what's your team? What team? It's like, I'm gonna do this alone. You don't have to do this alone, Virgo. There's a whole bunch of people out there that can really help you. You just have to allow them in. They actually could share your vision if you share your vision. Eurovision is a song contest. Your dreams will take flight in the best way, they will not fly away and not come to fruition. They will come to fruition. They will become reality. You just need a bigger team. We're gonna need a bigger boat here. That was you know the movie Jaws, right? We're gonna need a bigger boat. You just need a team that believes in the same vision. You just need to and then it's not gonna be workload. Then it's not gonna, maybe you even have some tension over your shoulders. Maybe there's even like some neck problems, or like a little bit even in your spine, like your back is a little bit tired because you're carrying all of these thoughts and this weight on your shoulders by yourself, and you're not choosing people around you that are sharing the same vision. Start to choose people around you. You're worthy of choosing people around you that shares the same vision. They're not gonna, for lack of better words, they're not gonna screw it up for you. They're gonna actually be on board with what you're trying to do here. So try not to be so individual or so going so solo as Virgo tends to want to do sometimes. Try to just see this as we're inviting this big team that shares your vision. Go into that confidence of yours and just, you know, it's going to be so much fun for you. Okay, we're going to have some final messages from your angels. Is there anything additional to this already message? Is there some other messages that wants to come through? What do we have for Virgo, please? You are a fun and funny bunch. I love you though, you know that, right? have to be able to laugh at ourselves. It's so important. What do you have for Virgo, please? Okay, we need a tea break. Ooh. Virgo, 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 Virgo. Well, what? I thought I was gonna do this alone. Nope. There's helpful people out there. Oh my God. Sorry for yelling. Oh my God. This is so funny. This is so funny. I mean, ask for help from others. Helpful people. It took some time to get the cards out because they wanted very, very specific cards. Isn't this funny? Isn't this humor at its highest level? If I'm serious about this for 2 seconds, you don't have to go it alone, Virgo. Really, there are other people out there sharing your vision. I understand, and trust me, I understand. I can relate. Och det starkaste in Swedish. Like, without even understanding it, I mean, I've been a part of groups for sure. I loved to be a part of groups of when I was really, really young, like really, really young, like really, really young, like a child. I was a part of groups. I had close friends. We had so much fun together. But at a certain stage, I think probably around my teenage years, I started to venture. I didn't even understand. I just felt like I didn't fit in, or I didn't understand. I just didn't understand what people were talking about. Like, they could talk about a bunch of stuff, and I was like, I don't know. I don't understand what they're talking about. And not even I'm on top of a horse here, and I understand things so much better than you do. I felt really stupid. I felt like I didn't understand. And that's probably where my big asking for knowledge and wisdom and like I want to just understand came in. And not even choosing to or not even meaning to. It was the first time that I really deviated myself to just go off on my own. And I had friends, and I was really spending time with a lot of them. Did I fit in with the very friend group that I was in? No. Was I always on a different path or a different journey than them? Yes. Did I understand it at the time? Heck no. And I know what it feels like to be alone. To have a lot of people around you, good people sometimes, kind people sometimes, like really helpful people sometimes, but still you're on this very sometimes lonely journey. And sometimes not so lonely, but very solo journey. And so I understand, I can really understand and relate to this part, that like coming to adulthood, and then all of a sudden, where most of the time people have not shared your vision, they have not been on the same page, you have not had your group of friends that just gets you. You have had your group of friends, but like it's not of the same DNA, if you will. And all of a sudden you're supposed to just ask other people to come on board and help and share your vision. Like, I don't know. But you're going to have so much fun because this time around, it's like the solo journey, it's almost like the solo journey is over. And to throw out a very new agey term that people seems to throw out everywhere right now, I've almost become allergic to it. I've used it myself a lot. Soul tribe. Just people recognizing other people for what they're trying to do and coming into a group of friends that really gets you and that really shares your vision. It's probably a breaking off of those people that never really shared your vision anyway. But then it's now coming into a place where you really get to share your vision with people. And you're actually making a change on this planet. This is not just, and you know, every person is in their own small contribution, obviously, but you're doing it in a very noticeable way. Noble way and noticeable way. Whether that's better or not, like, that's not the judgment here, but it's like you're making a change. You're making a huge change. These are going to be the final words. I just have to say, I got the best advice I've ever gotten probably in my life from a personal trainer at the time, who had thought that I would be going to a personal trainer in my life. This probably is like 20 years ago or something. Maybe even longer. Jesus. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is that if you look at these two cards, so on this card, this thingy right here goes all the way up to the top. It doesn't leave any room for anything else. On this card, we have this little thingy across the card here, and it's lowered a little bit. So we actually see the stars, we see the sky on top of it, like there's more room. We can see over it that there's more out there. This, no. It's like all the way up to the roof, all the way up to the ceiling. There's no going up there because it's like it's all the way up that it can go. When I was training with a personal trainer, and he asked me to do something with my body, like lifting weights or whatever, lifting my own body in a certain position or like whatever. And I would do it. I'd never done it in my entire life. And I would do it and I would fail and I would feel miserable. And he was like, "You're such a perfectionist. I've never seen anything like it." And he was like, "You know, you put the bar so high. You put the bar so high up that every attempt to climb over the bar or to jump over the bar or to get over the bar, somehow you're going to hit your head in the roof every time. But if you lower the bar, you just lower it a tiny little bit, there's room to get over it. It's not going to be as tough. Is air up above? You're going to get over it. You're going to actually succeed. So why don't you lower the bar and stop failing and start succeeding, is what he told me. Like, that was such a good metaphor for me. Like, I've used that metaphor my entire life ever since. Like, I just need, in any situation where I feel like I should be the best, I don't know what that is. I should be the best at everything that I do the first time I do it. And I think Virgo can recognize themselves in that. That's a very Virgo-esque trait. Lower the bar a little bit so that there's room to actually get over it. And lower the bar a little bit for other people. Lower the bar for them. Don't judge them. Don't think that there are not people out there that actually shares exactly your vision. Because there are. Wow. Ask for help from others. Helpful people. Take that workload off of your shoulders. Try a new path and invite other people in. It's a completion here. That's what I have for you, beautiful Virgo. I hope it hasn't been like too lecturing. It feels like it feels like I've almost been a little bit lecturing today. You know who you are. You know where you're going, right? That's what I have. If you're interested in a personal reading after this, please send me a message. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys.